So I have seen on social media that there is an uptick of masks being worn. I don't know what that's for because I don't watch the news or television. So I'm not sure what may be going on out there, but I can tell from social media that there are those who are agitated with the masks. Okay. Recently, I put out a video where, and I believe it's called The Faces of Fear, where I said I can no longer say that I am not afraid. I have no fear. I can no longer make that statement. The fears that I have are different than yours, but we all have them. So some of them are more subtle than others. If you have ever had a moment when you were afraid to say something because of how it would be received by the one you're saying it to, you know what fear is. We don't think of these things as fear, but they are. We see people walking around with masks on their faces, and because it's something that we can perceive with our eyes, for some reason that seems to have more influence, more power, seems to mean something more. I am here to tell you that it means nothing more. Now, I am one who has the temptation. One who has the temptation of judging mask wearing. I am such a one. So I can relate to this, but I also am one who is aware of the other fears that I have, even if it isn't that. My fears may be more subtle, but I know them to be the same. Fear is fear. How it manifests in the world only means it looks different. It is not any different. Fear is fear. Keep that in mind as I remind myself whenever I see masking. I must remind myself that there are ways in which I feel unsafe to be as I am. When I am doing construction work, my body tends to react to certain materials. So when I am doing demolition work or when I am doing drywall finishing, I choose to wear a mask because by experience I have learned that if I don't wear a mask, I get some kind of sickness. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And so in an attempt to prevent that, I put a mask on. And it does seem to help. Now, it doesn't stop everything coming through. It absolutely does not. And so it doesn't matter, here I am trying to justify my dislike for the mask being worn for, other reasons. I know from that experience that it doesn't stop dust 100%. It doesn't stop, okay? The people wearing the masks aren't wearing them because it's going to stop some germ from reaching them, even though that's what they'll say. They're wearing the mask because they don't feel safe, okay? They don't trust their body to be able to handle or process whatever comes at them. And it is no different than when I'm doing construction work. My body has, in the past, had ramifications from exposure to these materials. So I myself have worn different masks to reduce that. And you can justify and say, oh, but that's different. Oh, but that's different. And I'm going to say it is not any different. It is not any different. The day that I know myself in my wholeness is the day I won't need a mask for anything, because nothing will affect my body in that way. It will be self-healing. As it is, all bodies are self-healing, but it will be self-healing to the point that illness will not exist. Dis-ease will not exist within the body. So this message is just a caution. Please watch your judgments. Please watch your judgments, as we are all, I feel everything, as we are all cycling through these layers of fear and shedding these layers of fear. Please, please, please have compassion for our brothers and sisters. Okay? They're wearing the mask because they don't feel safe. I ask you to go to a time in your life, because we have all had them, when you didn't feel safe. And you know what that feels like. Even if we can't support the mask wearing, we can support our brothers and sisters. We can support them. And we can have compassion for their fear. In peace and love, may you be blessed.